today that Trump's nominee to run the budget office, Trump's nominee for budget director, Russell Vought, passed his Senate committee hearing today 11-0. 11-0 on Russell Vought, unanimous vote. Does that mean Democrats voted for Russell Vought, the same guy who says, yes, the president can refuse to spend money that Congress has said to spend, no matter the chaos, no matter the authority vested in Congress by the Constitution? This super radical nominee, Russell Vought, passed on an 11-0 vote? How did that happen? It was 11-0, but it is not because Democrats on the committee voted for him. That 11-0 vote was unanimous, but it was not homogenous because only Republicans voted. Democrats made the decision to boycott this vote, and they let the public know that they were doing it and why they were doing it. Quote, Budget Committee Democrats are boycotting today's committee vote on Russell Vought's nomination to OMB. We will not vote for someone so clearly unfit for office. Meaning, we will not even vote no. We will not vote on this. Rather than be part of voting on this nominee, knowing they'd be in the minority even if they all did show up and voted no, Democrats instead decided to not show up, to make a point that this guy, the guy who's designed this strategy to consolidate all government power in the presidency, to essentially render Congress powerless, they essentially made the point that this is not a normal nomination. He doesn't even deserve their no votes. In other words, they made a fuss, they made a scene, which is in keeping with what Democrats around the country have started to ask Senate Democrats to do, which is to say, do not participate in what the Trump administration is doing here. Do not participate. Do what you can to shut it down. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer reportedly heard it last night from half a dozen Democratic governors, all but begging the minority leader to persuade Senate Democrats to block whatever they could. We're hearing from the press, such as it is, the Washington Post editorial board writing last night, quote, senators who back Russell Vought are choosing to undermine their own institution and give away their power of the purse. Also, columnist Ruth Marcus last night writing, if this vote goes through and Trump grabs the power of the purse, quote, lawmakers might as well pack their bags. There won't be much of a constitutional role left for them. The progressive group Indivisible, with chapters all over the country, has been demanding that Senate Democrats, in fact, shut it down, that they do everything they can procedurally to slow down and stop the Senate from doing basically anything at all to try to stop the radicalism on display in the form of nominations like Russell Vought. Today, Senate Democrats, in this way, on this vote, did what they could. They may not be able to stop this particular nomination, but they are doing everything they can to say, this is a disaster, pay attention. It's something. Watch this space.